Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Triangle Strategy walkthrough. So I'm going to head to the encampment here. I just got Travis there in the last video. So, let's take a look at this fellow. What's up? Let's wait to say hello, did you? Ha ha ha, thank you kindly, my lord. We see eye to eye, but that's all water under the bridge now. You've got my allegiance and I won't let you down. Alright, let's take a look at this fella. There he is. 24. Okay, so he's got the Thief's Cudgel, backward toss, deal physical damage to a single enemy and hurl them behind you. It looks like his stats are nerfed. Yeah, big time. Compared to when we just fought him. His speed's 25 right now. Yeah, he was like in the 30s, I think, for the last battle. But here's Mug. Deal physical damage to a single enemy and have a chance to steal an item. I don't like the sound of that. And it's only 1 TP, so that's pretty great. On your guard, decrease damage when no allies are nearby. That's honestly not that great. I mean, you know, it's better than no passive at all, but you know, if you're running around by yourself, that's not usually that great. I don't know what the, you know, like how far allies can be away for this to trigger still, but we'll find out. Actually, it does like range of 1 to 2. Yeah, okay, well, maybe that's not as bad as it sounds. Here's Impeding Strike. Deal physical damage to enemies across 3 horizontal squares and delay their turns. That sounds amazing, honestly. And then Fortuitous Follow-Up. I think that's a steal whenever you follow-up attack. Steal Back is amazing. That is the same ability that Erador has, which basically, you know, you take almost no damage when you get attacked from behind. That is amazing, actually. That is one of the best passives in the entire game. So all right, let's get him equipped with some stuff here. Let's just throw some speed rings on him. I want this guy acting as much as possible. Actually, let's find. There should be a speed amulet. Yeah, here we are. All right, let's see. What is Lionel going to get? Oh, there's a speed amulet right there. Well, let's give him more luck. Speed amulet. I just have 1 speed amulet sitting in my inventory, not actually equipped. That's very funny. Oh, hang on. Do that. Yeah. Okay, weird. Okay, let's see here. See if there's anything new from Lionel. Nope, not looking like it. Nope. Okay. Sundries. Nothing new here either. Alright, so let's check class promotions. Where's Travis? Okay. Yeah, he'll get trial by fire. What level is that at? 35. Okay, well, he's not worth promoting because it's going to be a very long time before he can actually really make use of it. He'll only get speed and some magic defense. That doesn't really seem like it's worth a promotion item quite yet. I probably should just promote Serenoa and just get it done with. His he gets so many stats on level up. Frederica, Gila, Hewitt. Yeah, I'm really leaning towards just promoting Serenoa for the stats. Alright, let's do it.
My blade shall attest to my convictions.
Learn the ability shielding stance. Alright, let's check Travis's weapons. Actually, I mean, really everybody's weapons here. Yeah, the one thing that I really wish I would have done instead was not get this under convictions banner. I guess I used it in the last battle one time, but did I really need to? I doubt it. And I mean, recover HP when you defeat an enemy is nuts. I really wish I would have done that instead. Alright, let's take a look at Travis. Where is he here? Alright. What's Travis getting here? Alright, well, Oak. He needs a Curious Feather, which I don't have. That's okay. Increase damage dealt by Mug, or decrease the TP cost of backward toss by 1. Huh. I don't think I care about really either of those things. Physical defense, magic defense. Alright. That's looking like... Oh! I just realized something. I'm actually going to, I need to find my, experience. There it is, Jade Thumbring. Let's see here. Actually, he doesn't really need that. Alrighty. Speed 24. Alright, where's the old timer at? Here he is. It's better. Okay, let's save and get going. Are there any new mock battles? Nope, still no new mock battles. Okay, well, let's get out of here. Not seeing any side stuff. All right. The book stolen from the archives tells the location of a secret treasure.
So this book is gonna help us find the treasure.
That's right. We found it stuffed into the deepest, darkest recesses of the S. Frosty archives. My thieving senses tell me it'll lead us to incredible treasure.
Frost's most confidential information is stored in the archives. There is definitely something of import in there.
Never thought I'd say this, but good steal.
It wasn't easy, but I had to, for Trish. Sadly, it's locked up tight, and trust me, you won't be forcing that thing open.
I see. It's sealed with powerful magic.
Would we need another spell to counter the seal?
There's probably a key that can open it.
I suspected as much. It's probably somewhere in this village.
What makes you say that?
Take a good look at the cover, and you'll see a map of Norzelia.
Indeed, there is. If this is the Norzelia River, then this must be the Wolfort Domain.
In which case, those jewels are right on...
This village.
Exactly. We came here because we thought we'd find a way to open it.
Are you sure it's not just coincidence?
It could be, but if it isn't...
Then the key is in this village. And the treasure in this book must be related to the Roselle.
Then let's search the village. Could I ask you to use your thieving senses to help us look, Travis?
Of course you can. It's what bandits like me do best.
To think we would find such a thing while searching for a key.
I had a taste, and it's salt for sure. So what kind of rock is this?
I do not know. It looks to be a crystal of salt. Or salt crystal, shall we call it?
Even if you condense the salt from the source, it would not take this shape. It must have come from a different place entirely.
Hold it. You mean to say there's salt outside of the source? If that were true, it'd change Norzelia as we know it.
I wonder if the Roselle knew.
I see. That may be why Hyzant imprisoned them at the source. They did it to keep their monopoly on salt.
But what was a book showing its whereabouts doing in Esfrost?
There is someone connecting all three. Esfrost, Hyzant, and the Roselle. My mother, Orlea.
The leader of the Rosellan uprising. She escaped the source and founded this village.
After that, she met the previous Archduke and gave birth to me. Could the key to opening this book be my mother's pendant?
It opened!
So this was my mother's book.
Pray, read it for us, Frederica.
This is a legend handed down by the Roselles since times of old. It is the secret history of Norzelia. I, Orlea Roselle, am recording the legend here as the last keeper of these histories. In ancient times, the Roselle lived in Centralia, a land to the distant south of Norzelia. It sat on the shore of the sea, a source that extended to the horizon and beyond. It was said to be a paradise, a place where people never wanted for salt. The Roselle knew more about salt than anyone, for it was a part of their everyday lives. In those days, Norzelia still rested at the bottom of the sea, but a cataclysm brought it to the surface, turning it into land. The sea dried up, and the small portion that remained is what we know today as the source. Eventually, many people migrated to the new land of Norzelia.
They waged war over the source, wishing to get their hands on its precious salt. Our ancestors came to Norzelia in hopes of putting an end to the fighting. They knew that the salt still remained, even without the sea. It merely crystallized and sank deep into the earth. After all their searching, they unearthed a giant crystal. No, a very pillar of salt. They showed it to the people of Norzelia, told them that salt could be found beneath their very feet. However, those who had seized control over the source sought to reign over all of Norzelia by controlling the salt. They, the holy state of Hyzant, attacked and slaughtered the Roselle. They hid the pillar, erased the existence of salt crystals, and imprisoned the surviving Roselle at the source. Thus we were branded sinners, criminals who wanted sole dominion over the land's salt. To justify their own monopoly, Hyzant created the goddess's teachings, but she needed a villain. To this very day, the Roselle are scorned, made to shed blood and tears, all in her name. But the goddess herself is proof of the Rosellan legends. I saw it with my own eyes during the uprising. Inside of her statue is the pillar of salt that was taken from our ancestors. But I could not expose the truth of the goddess. It took everything I had just to get a fragment. But that piece is the key to freeing the Roselle. It must be. For my brethren who continue to suffer for a crime they did not commit.
The Holy State's teachings are false. The goddess's blessing spread across all Norzelia. The blessing of the true goddess. The blessing that shall be the key to the chains that bind our people.
Jerome spoke these words before. Lady Orlea's words.
Yes, the blessing my mother spoke of was the salt crystal.
And the false teachings referred to salt existing outside the source. It would be the key to ending Hyzant's monopoly on salt. This has the power to change Norzelia as we know it, but it is not something we can recklessly proclaim.
But I cannot forgive Hyzant. They rewrote history with their false doctrines and continue to oppress the Roselle, all to maintain their power over salt. Serenoa, do you think we could free the Roselle with this information?
We would need conclusive evidence. Right now, all we have is a salt crystal. We would not be able to prove that more salt lies beneath the earth, or even the truth of the goddess's statue.
I don't care how much time it takes. Can we not find out the truth?
House Wolfford is currently under the banner of Hyzant. We may be branded as rebels if the Holy State deems our actions as defiance of the goddess.
I know it is a reckless request, but my mother has given us a chance with this book. I cannot simply let it pass me by.
I understand how you feel, and the responsibility of House Wolfford to the Roselle. Please give me some time to think, Frederica.
Of course. I believe in House Wolfford. And in you, Serenoa.
I should like to speak to Benedict and Roland about the book as well. Let us return to the capital.
Roland, Benedict, and Frederica regroup back in the capital. But what they experienced while they were away could very well alter the course of destiny itself.
What is so important you wish to speak to me alone?
Lord Serenoa, promise me you will remain calm. I come bearing grave news. Your Lord Father has passed.
What? But how? I thought he was recovering.
It was not the illness that took him, my lord. He was assassinated.
Assassinated?
Forgive me. I was unable to stop the villain.
Who would send someone to kill my father? And why?
It was Patriot of the Royalists. He believes House Wolford a hindrance to King Roland's rule. No doubt he meant to kill both you and your father in one fell swoop.
A hindrance? Pray tell me Roland was not involved in this plot.
I can assure you His Majesty knew nothing of this. But disclosing the truth would put us in a precarious position. At worst, it could lead to civil war. It is best you hide the fact of Lord Simon's assassination.
You want me to say he succumbed to his illness? How can I pay respect to my father with such lies on my lips?
My lord, your father entrusted me with one final order.
What did he say?
He asked me to tell you the truth.
The truth about what?
I ask you to listen calmly, my lord. You are not Lord Simon's son by blood. Your true father is King Regna. His Majesty sired a child out of wedlock with the Lady Destra. That child is you. Lady Destra lived in the Crown City, but she was not a woman of means. Someone of her position could never hope to marry a king. Or indeed keep her head once the Royalists discovered what had happened. Lord Simon knew this, and so he welcomed her and the baby in her belly to House Wolford. He and I were the only two who knew her secret. We had intended to carry it with us to our graves. But in his last moment, Lord Simon bade me give this to you.
The royal signet of Glenbrook.
King Regna entrusted it, and you, to Lord Simon, as proof of your place in the royal line.
Is this truly who I am?
I know it may be difficult to accept.
No, I believe it. I have never known you to speak false to me. Thank you for telling me what my father wished me to know.
You would still call him father?
He raised me as his own. And besides, I must keep up the pretense in front of the others. Especially in front of Roland. This stays between us, Benedict. We must keep the truth of my parentage and this ring safe.
Of course, my lord, as you command.
All right, Benedict has rejoined the party, and wow, there was a kind of a bomb drop, huh?
Is there something on your mind, Roland?
Serenoa,
I do not know what I should do.
Did something happen in the capital?
No, that problem has been dealt with. I've made sure those damned royalists will never cause trouble again.
Was such harsh punishment truly necessary?
Of course it was. When they should have been helping to rebuild the kingdom, they instead profited off the people's hardship. And on top of that, they sought to string me up as their puppet king.
I understand, but...
You know what they told me? They said that is what Glenbrook truly is. That it must be ruled with the royalists' careful mediation between the royal family and their loyal subjects. They said good kings need not think for themselves. They said my father and my brother understood that.
Even if that is true, you have the power to change it.
I tried. That is the entire reason I took the throne. But nothing has changed. No matter how many corrupt aristocrats I've cast out. This kingdom has always been broken. As Frost's invasion just ensured we could never put the pieces back together. I do not have the strength to reconcile a land and people torn apart by hatred and greed. I cannot give Glenbrook what it needs, king though I may be.
Roland.
Apologies, my friend. I should not burden you with my woes.
You burden me with nothing. But if you are struggling...
All is well. Trust me. So long as you are by my side.
Okay, so Roland has rejoined.
That is the extent of what happened during our various endeavors. The passing of my Lord Father, the Royalist scandal, and the book that revealed the truth about the Roselle and the Salt. It is time we consider what we shall do to overcome these obstacles facing us.
I still cannot believe how quickly Lord Simon's condition worsened.
It is most devastating. Serenoa, did your father say nothing else to you? Before he...
He bade me lead House Wolffort well.
I see. Then we must all do what we can to help you honor that request.
Your Majesty, what do you plan to do about the royalists who misappropriated supplies?
As far as I've been able to discern, those involved acted out of greed and self-interest. They must all be punished. Nothing less than exile from the kingdom or execution will suffice.
But there are those among them who support the Glenbrook line. Will that not impact your governance?
Perhaps. But to pardon their crimes would kindle the people's ire. We must make an example of them. To appease the people. To make clear the consequences of engaging in such foolhardy behavior.
Did something else happen in the capital, King Roland?
Nothing you need concern yourself with. But I must say, I was shocked to learn of that Rosellan legend. Do you suppose the contents of that book could be true?
The part about their homeland, Centralia, that sits upon a vast saltwater sea? That of the untapped salt crystals beneath Norzelia? Or that, in order to monopolize the salt trade, Hyzant fabricated the Roselle's sins? That the pillar of salt Hyzant stole from the Roselle is hidden within the statue of the goddess? If any of it is true, it would turn everything we know on its head. It would mean the teachings of the Holy State are not but lies.
If you still doubt whether it is true, perhaps it will be quicker if I showed you.
A pink rock? No.
A salt crystal. I found it hidden in the Rosellan village. It is a fragment from the pillar within the statue of the goddess. One my mother obtained during the uprising.
It fits perfectly.
Apparently, Lady Orlea penned the book detailing the legend for Frederica.
She did. She enchanted it so no one could open it, but left me the key to break the spell. This pendant.
I doubt a mother would go to such lengths to lie to her daughter.
Then we agree the legend contains at least a seed of truth.
Your Majesty, we have received word that the survivors of the Duchy's army are amassing.
What? Where?
At the Grand Norzelian mines. But we cannot be sure what they are doing. None of our scouts have returned.
These frosty dogs. We will speak later, Serenoa. First, we must put down whatever the Duchy is planning at the mines. I need you and your people beside me.
Of course. We shall ready ourselves for the battle at once.
Extraction is nearly finished. We've secured the amount we were told. Seems such a waste to just leave the rest.
Don't think Archduke Gustadolf gives two shites. Hurry it up. We need to be done here before Glenbrook catches on to us.
Sir.
Roland and House Wolffort succeed in reclaiming Glenbrook, but they cannot rest easy, for new dilemmas threaten to tear the kingdom apart. For one, the secret of Serenoa's birth come to light with Lord Simon's passing. Meanwhile, the newly crowned King Roland struggles to reconcile his ideals with reality after punishing the Royalists. Finally, there's the truth about the Roselle and the untapped salt crystals buried within the earth, revealed in a book to Frederica from her late mother. None of these revelations have an easy solution. As all parties discuss the matters, they receive word that the survivors of the Isfrosti army are gathering at the Grand Norzelian mines. Forced to put all else aside to focus on driving out their foe, Serenoa and his comrades steel themselves for battle.
The remnants of the Isfrosti forces are gathering at the Grand Norzelian mines. Or perhaps I should say they are rallying there, preparing to defend it to the last.
Something tells me you're right. Gustadolf may have used Lord Dragan's murder as pretext for invading Glenbrook. Yet I believe his true aim was to seize control, not of our kingdom, but of the mines.
Once Glenbrook fell to them, Esfrost did indeed continue mining operations, with notable zeal. Apparently, they transported huge shipments of what they excavated to the Duchy, too.
You mean iron ore?
One would assume as much, but we do not know for certain. They say only a chosen few were allowed to have anything to do with the mining or transport.
Odd, ain't it? Granted, the iron from the Grand Norzelian mines is supposed to be decent stuff.
But the Duchy has access to plenty of other iron mines of comparable quality. They've certainly no need to go to such pains to obtain resources from this one.
You reckon there's something special about it?
What my mother wrote of must be true. I've returned from scouting the Grand Norzelian mines. There were no signs of miners or couriers anywhere. The enemy's numbers do not appear that great, but the soldiers were occupied with some task within the mine. I cannot say exactly how many they are.
Thank you, Hewitt. Well done. Well, there you have it. The Esfrosti army is scheming something at the mines. Whatever they are planning, we cannot allow them to continue unchallenged.
Then let us reclaim the Grand Norzelian mines. And in doing so, we shall discover the Duchy's aims in due course.
Okay, that is going to be it for this one. As always, hope the guide was helpful, and thank you for watching.